Hello and welcome to Life Beyond the Line, episode 9. Could I go back? I'm answering hard questions today, guys. This one's going to be a bit different. It's just me, riding solo, no guest today. I've got the set of questions in front of me. It is just a questions and answers episode. But it's going to be my answers, my truth, my honest opinion. And again, I'm going to express, it's not me dictating, it's not me preaching. And it certainly isn't telling anybody how to do recovery. I'm just sharing what's worked for me, what's still working for me, and what I live by today. So a big thank you to you all that have sent the questions in. I'm going to try my best to answer them all as honestly as I can. I've selected 13 out of 20 to try and get it done in 30 to 40 minutes, so I hope you enjoy. So the first question: was your addiction down to having an addictive personality and peer pressure, or was it trauma based? Okay, it's a good question to start. My addiction was based around all three, but my addictive personality certainly wasn't the reason I started using. It was more the case of the circle I was in. So certainly the peer pressure came from being in that circle, the group of mates I hung around with, the situations I was in. It was used, cocaine. So my peer pressure of having to fit in, wanting to fit in, needing to fit in would make me use. But when I used, I felt a part of something. So I carried on using to be a part of something because I was in that circle, I was with that group of mates, I was in them situations. The trauma didn't make me use, certainly didn't make me start using, and it didn't make me become an addict, I don't believe. I know people are all different. But I was an addictive person from being a kid. If people had one chocolate bar, I'd have 2 or 3. If people had a pack of football stickers, I'd always want to buy 3 or 4 or 5, as many as I could afford. I always had to have more of everything than anyone else. So straight away, early on, there was that ego, that willingness to impress. But certainly wanting to belong within a circle or a group of mates. So I'm going to say it was more peer pressure, but it wasn't an addict then. That was socialised using. I became an addict, not because I had an addictive personality. I answer a question in a bit, why I became an addict. But certainly it tells us, doesn't it, addicts, we use and our tolerance gets more, so we need more. But I certainly at that point did not think I was an addict. So I'm going to say it was under a bit more peer pressure. And when I say that, that doesn't mean anybody forced it down my neck. Of course it doesn't, because I'm a man and I made my own decisions. And I actually enjoyed it to start with. But who was I trying to be when I was using? Who was I trying to be when I was using? Well, I was certainly trying to be the escaped version of myself. I was trying to escape responsibility. Because when I used, I was selfish. As you know, if you have been following my story, I would live a single life while leaving Bev home with the kids. So I was selfish to the core. I was escaping that responsibility. I was trying to be the person that could impress the wrong people. Certainly, I know that today, but at the time, I wanted to be the dickhead at the bar that could drink the top shelf, would have the biggest bag of cocaine. So from that becomes the control side, because when life come chaotic or pressure mounted up at home, house bills, responsibility of being a dad, responsibility of being a husband, responsibility that went with me business, I was trying to be the person in control, and my life was chaotic inside. So the using would create an illusion that I was in control. That's the insanity of the illness. I'd put a drink and a drug in me and I would think everything would be okay. What did addiction give you that you were scared to lose? Give me an identity, and I was scared to lose that because I was that dickhead. I had a lot of mates, fair weather friends. I had a big circle. And you know what's mad? Now I can sit back and reflect on it. Them mates don't call today. Don't know how I am today. Aren't arsed today. But yeah, I chose them group of people over my loved ones because I had the ego to be the person I was. I had that identity, didn't I? Of, here's Will, Will's got a bag. Will I buy the fucking whiskies? Watch Will down a pint. That was me, impressing the wrong people when all the time my wife was at home, keeping things together for the kids. It also gave me emotional control, which I was scared to lose. When I say emotional control, I mean, again, if something happened, whether it be a minor trauma or a big trauma, I would suppress that with me using, getting obliterated in the pub, going out to drink and use till all hours, being the dickhead that I was. Now this one's a good question. Have you ever been close to going back to the madness? Honest answer? No, I haven't. Why haven't I? It's not because of ego, not because I think I'm better than anyone else, because I live and breathe recovery. I was selfish in addiction. My loved ones will tell you I'm selfish in recovery. I breathe, live, eat, sleep recovery today because I've seen not just what it's given me back, what it's given the wife and the kids back today, and that's magical. Have I been close to leaving the fellowship that I'm in? Yes, I have. But that's when I was getting complacent. When my head was trying to have me off and say, well, you don't need recovery today. And that would usually come after I've just had a good week with the wife or the kids or my dad or my mum, where I've done something that I've been emotionally proud of and humbled at the same time. The illness in me would try to convince me that, look what you've just done. Like yesterday, for instance, it was Valentine's Day, and me and the wife don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Been together 25 years. Valentine's Day is for teenagers, love puppies. But yesterday, we just went for a nice day out. And that wasn't because it was Valentine's Day. Yes, we got each other a card. But we just had a date day, which we were able to do today. And we've done once a month while I've been sober. So days like yesterday where I'm emotionally attached to my feelings, my pride, my humility to see how happy my wife is, the repetitiveness of being told I've had a lovely day today, thank you. My illness will try to convince me that I could do the same today because everything's okay. Don't go to your meeting this evening. So I've worked the program, the 12 steps, daily, because I'm not naive to think that I can't do life without it. And that brings me on to the next question. If I did decide to put the work down today, which I'm 26 months clean and sober, do you think you would end up back in the madness? Well, the door's always there, isn't it? The door's always there to go back into the madness. One phone call away. But so's talking to someone who's like-minded like me. So I choose to do that today. So, all honesty, and it brings me into the next question, but I'll answer that in a different light. But I fear putting this work down today because I'm having not perfect days by no means. My days are not perfect. They're still lifey, they're still chaotic. My thinking will still have me wanting to chase chaos in all aspects of life. But I do believe if I put this work down today, I would end up back in the madness. Whether that be a month, 2 months, a year, or a couple of years' time. I'm not willing to give that a chance. No, not now. Not right now anyway. Not ever, to be honest. So, yeah, my answer is yeah, I do think I would end up back in the madness. What is your biggest fear today, being clean and sober? My biggest fear today, feeling life without numbing it. As I mentioned earlier, life's lifey. And shit can happen. Shit has happened. And it terrifies you, doesn't it? facing it without numbing it. I wouldn't like to try and face something again without recovery, because I know through things that have happened to me already, if I didn't have the connection, the support of the groups I'm in, I possibly couldn't be sat here today sober. A fear of losing my loved ones today. And this is going to sound mad, but when I was using, I kind of always expected Bev to leave me. And truth, honesty, I wasn't asked. Yes, I probably would have come round sober, and realisation that she's left me would have destroyed me, but I would have just got straight back on it. Then all that would have gone away because I've numbed that emotion out. Today, seeing Bev so happy, the love we have for each other again, which I get emotional every time I think of this, because I have put that girl through some shit. 25 years together. The last 26 months, she's shown, sorry, no, I shouldn't say that, because she's shown what love is through it all, held the pieces together, but she's shown me the support. She has done all our relationship, but the last 2 years, she's understood why I do what I do. She's understood the times when I'm sat here with pieces of paper, writing, jotting stuff down, having sponsees round to my house. She's welcomed them with open arms. Understood the times at 10 o'clock at night I've had a phone call and I've gone and met people to sit with them and talk to them. It's just beautiful to be falling back in love with someone I've been with for 25 years and starting a life together, sober again, with the woman I'm grateful to call my best friend. But yeah, so I'm scared of losing my loved ones. How do you stay clean and sober when facing something like losing someone you love? What advice would I give to someone who fears grief could test their recovery? Grief. Again, I'm just going to speak honestly. You're allowed to grieve. I've touched on the fear, haven't I? We'll be in fear of letting our emotions out because we numb them in the madness. We numb them when we're using. So don't numb them. Strip yourself back to basics. Call your sponsor. Get to meetings. Reach out to other like-minded people. Pick up service. Also, speak with your family members. Let them in. Don't keep everything out. Let people inside. Connection. There's no easy way, is there, to deal with grief of losing someone very important to you. Don't bottle it up. Basically, connection. Speak them emotions, whether that be jotting them down on paper, making the phone call, there's help out there. If you bottle things up, isolate, it's going to make you very unwell. Then we have the spirituality side of things. Pray, meditate, ask for guidance. That's what I do when I'm struggling. If I don't have the answers, I can only give my experience. And if life rocked me, whether it be grief or something traumatic, I connect. I get honest about my feelings and my emotions or what's troubling me. I remain open-minded to the suggestions of people, and them suggestions tend to be the same. Pray, meditate, connect. What's harder now than when you were using, but still worth it? What's harder now than when you were using, but still worth it? Being a dad. Yeah, I'm going to say being a dad, because I was a dad when I was using, of course I was, but I wasn't a present dad. I wasn't a dad that sat and spent time to talk about, back then, the homework or the problems that they had in the day. Today I can sit with my daughter whose car's due its MOT. I can sit and talk about a way of what if it doesn't pass, and I can problem solve with my daughter today. I can be present with my son in work. I can give him time to teach him to follow the trade of me and his granddad. But back in addiction, here's 20 quid, go to shop, get some sweets, fuck off to your room so I can use. That was me being a dad in addiction. Like I've mentioned in other videos or in my story, I've mentioned there was days out, there was glimmers of hope, but they was always rushed. They suggest the zoo. You know, I must have walked around that zoo, the fastest person in the world. Can we look at the giraffes, Dad? Yeah, there they are. Come on, let's go, next animal. So I could get home and use and drink. Today I can be a dad, and that makes me emotional as well. So being a dad, and it's worth it. Like last night, for instance, the lad was at the football. My daughter and the son-in-law were at home. Me and the wife got home and we sat, listened to music. And it actually blew me away, because when I come in, my daughter put Life Beyond the Line on, the single I've released. And it's not about me being a musician, because I'm not. It's about me telling my story in a different format. Music hits hard. And last night she put it on and she sang it word for word to me, little karaoke. And I sat there with a tear down my eye, humbled. It was beautiful. Then my son came home from football, from the match, and we didn't watch telly. The 5 of us sat there last night as a family till quite late. It was actually early hours this morning. Just laughed, belly laughs, and that was beautiful. How does it feel being a sponsor and guiding people through the 12 steps? Was it difficult at first? Did you doubt yourself early on? Honestly, no, I didn't doubt myself, because I'm an egotistical prick. That's my honesty. I wanted to be a sponsor because I was still the controlling person. I was still full of self. Then I started getting spiritually well, and I found it hard to be a sponsor. Took things personally. A relapse, it'd be my fault. I'd make it all about me. What haven't I done? Why aren't you listening to what I'm saying, you little shit? It was all about me early on, and I remember when I'd completed the 12 steps, I was arrogant. I thought I was cured. Shared about this a load of times. And I think I ended up with 7 sponsees within a short space of time. Did I doubt myself? Yeah, that didn't go so well, doing that. I dropped a couple dropped me. And then it hit home that what I was doing was wrong. So again, always willing to learn. Got honest, and I reached out to people with a lot more clean time than me that helped me, guided me to become a sponsor, because then I became doubting myself, because I knew subconsciously it was me, my actions. So yeah, it was difficult at first because I made it difficult. Today, right now, I've got 3 sponsees at different stages of their journey. And it fills me with pride, not ego, pride, because I'm humbled to see them getting well, getting the relationships back with their loved ones, seeing them do things with each other, the families, seeing the confidence come out in them. That humbles me. I've not done that. Sponsees do that themselves by listening to the sponsor's guidance of the 12 steps. As I always say, I'm not. Today I remain humbled. I question everything I do. I question doing these podcasts, but I take pride from them. Having a phone call before I've just pressed the record button with someone that's come across one of my episodes on YouTube, and today I'm humbled that they can reach out. Don't sit there telling them the big I am, because I'm certainly not. So yes, being a sponsor humbles me. It was difficult at first because I made it difficult. And no, I didn't doubt myself early on because I was still full of self. Hadn't done the work to the best of my ability. What would your family say is the biggest difference in you today? I can only answer that for me, can't I? I'm only surmising what they would say. But I want to say accountability and presence. If I say I'm doing something, I do it. If I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm there. And the presence, like last night, was sat chilling with my wife and kids. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to say my accountability, and all that's come through hard lessons. I couldn't sit in a room with my own family while I was getting well. My head wouldn't allow it. My insane thinking would race off. What things do you do socially now? Okay, so I'm going to answer this again, honestly. Now, and when I was early in recovery, pardon me, I'll start with what I did socially early in recovery. I hung around rooms with like-minded people for 18 months. Didn't do anything socially. Tell a lie, I did. Sorry, my bad. Friday nights I up because there was no meeting for me to attend on a Friday night. Well, there was, but not a meeting I wanted to go to. So Friday night became family night, and me, the son, me, the wife, the daughter, the son, whoever it was, we would every Friday would go and play pool religiously from about 7 o'clock till about 10 o'clock. But that wasn't in a pub, it was in a pool hall. A pool hall I'd never associated a drink or drugs with. There wasn't a group of people there that I'd partied with. Was that right of me to do that? I don't know, but I'd done it. But I had 5 meetings a week, so I had a solid recovery programme, so I believed I was safe, and plus I was with my loved ones, so I wasn't going to pub playing pool on a Sunday afternoon. Today, after putting recovery first for a long time, today socially I go and play poker. Poker's something I've always done, I've always loved, I've always wanted to play. Not high level, high stakes poker, I've always wanted to play a good standard tournament poker, and today I can do that. I'm able to go once a week, twice a week, and have a game of poker. And for anyone watching or listening that says that's a cross addiction, yes, I'm aware gambling is a cross addiction, and I'm aware of the signs of them driving home and I've lost a lot of money, which I wouldn't because I don't gamble a lot of money. I'm aware of the signs of gambling addiction because I work a 12-step program. I don't work abstinence from playing poker, I work a program around it. I check. Before I go and play poker today, I'm responsible. I don't ask permission, but I ask my wife, have we got anything planned tonight? Is there anything you would like to do? I ask the kids, are they okay? I check if going to a poker tournament is going to affect me next day. I'm aware of everything around it. I'm not justifying going, because like I said, people have got their opinions on cross addiction, but I go to poker. That's my free time. That's the only time I'm away from work, I'm away from recovery, I'm away from the family. That's me time, my time. Then socially we have unity days with other like-minded people, where families are encouraged to come in and join in, and we have a laugh. So yeah, that's what I do. 90% of the time I'm sat working on this page, Life Beyond the Line, trying to write music, trying to come up with new ideas to carry the message. But finding a balance in life is important as well. If I could go back in time, what advice would I give to 18 years? Sorry. If I could go back in time, what advice would I give to 18-year-old Will? Well, At the age of 18, if you watched the podcast with my mum, the last episode, I had my whole life set up for me. I was getting me trade. I'd found the love of my life. I'd bought my first house. So I'm going to just say, be grateful for what I had and not want more. Greed. And don't. Stay away from drugs. But it's mad, it's hard one that, because I honestly don't know how to answer it. I'm just trying to answer that as honestly as I can. Because I was a big drinker. I drank fucking every Friday night through high school on the streets. Suppose try and just be the person you are. Don't try and chase likes, claps, cheers with your ego. Don't try and impress. Be grateful for what you've got. Stop wanting more. Yeah, I think that's all I can answer on that. If you'd have said, what advice could I give a 21-year-old Will, was don't fucking take that packet off your mate for your birthday. But that doesn't have meant I mightn't have just become an alcoholic. So probably when you look at it that way, don't drink, don't do drugs, because life's good, brilliant in fact, without a drink and a drug in it. And if 18-year-old Will knew that then, how good his life would be today. And like I say, it's not fucking perfect. I'm not perfect, but it's a lot easier without a drink or a drug in my life. So yeah, if you're watching this, 18-year-old Will, or anyone who's 18, more to the point, and you think you need to drink to fit in, honestly, you don't. Them people you're partying with till 2-3 in the morning, I can tell you now, they would drop you like a ton of fucking bricks. They don't care about you. Your mum and your dad at home care about you, or your girlfriend or your children if you've got them. They're the ones that really care. Big love. Well, thank you. I hope that went well. I don't know how it went. Tried to answer the questions without looking down, reading at them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far, as always, guys, if I can get clean and sober, so can you. You're not alone. Reach out. As always, thank you for all the love, the support, the messages I've received since releasing the single have blew me away emotionally, humbled me. Yes, I'm proud. Getting something over the line, actually committed and finished something. It's not about being a singer, an artist. There is the help of AI along the way, but it's my story, it's my lyrics put into a song, and I'm humbled to share this experience with you all. Big love.